Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Women of Empowerment Ministries International podcast. You don't know my story. I am your hostess, Latanya Hudson, and I appreciate you tuning in and wanting to get to know our guest this afternoon. For those of you who are not aware, for this particular Women of Empowerment Ministries, I want you to make sure that when you go to Facebook, you find the crown and the WOEMI in the middle of it because there's a lot of them out there. So just make sure you have the right one. In current times like these, many people have a story that they would like to have their voice heard. This podcast will provide a small platform so that people can be heard. Now, the story of our guest will be telling is directly from them. This is her story. It's not a platform to speak directly on the outside environment, but on her own personal environment and what the guest has gone through to get to where they are today. And she has managed to come out on the other side of victory. So she's going to share that with you. There will be no debates. This is a safe place for our guests to tell their story and be heard without judgment, and perhaps give a glimpse of hope for those who may have experienced a similar event in their lives. Also, they will share how they managed to go through this current situation that we're in, and we're all experiencing it. So she's going to let us know how she's still maintaining. She, you ask? Glad you asked. Her name is Miss Melissa Jakes, and she is a entrepreneur of the true word. She has a moving forward journey that she is working on, and it focuses on the concept that she created called FWD: fear, worry, doubt. The concept discusses how to move through these three little words that prevent entrepreneurs to fulfill their potential to greatness. I like that. That sounds good. Melissa shares practical life advice to audience members to create more balance, to be more efficient, and to move forward in their journey. She's also a mompreneur, and she has a way. She runs a business and manages her family, and she has a workshop for busy moms who are also entrepreneurs. She introduced and discussed techniques of how to keep balance between business and motherhood, and she is doing this seems like around your schedule. Okay. And the last thing this fabulous woman does, she has a certificate training where she teaches you how to plan events. Okay, I might have to get in on that. Step by step, she designs and show you how to plan your event from beginning to end. So that sounds really good. I give you Miss Melissa Jakes. Welcome, Miss Jakes. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yes, ma'am. So we got a little bit of what you are currently doing. So what I want you to do is just take our audience back just a little bit and let us know, how did you get to develop all these wonderful things that you're doing and how you're maintaining right now.
Yeah, so the story goes back about 2014, and probably even before then, but really getting into understanding business and exploring outside of the regular 9 to 5 world. And so I was getting my master's. Actually, I was pregnant and getting my master's
Ooh, okay.
in social work, and
Hmm.
I've always have done event planning from high school to college, being SGA president, and so always doing that type of leadership role and planning has always been a part. And so after planning my own wedding, I've started. My friends would ask, "Hey, can you help me? Can you help me?" Of course, sure, whatever. And so the requests started getting a little bit more. And after giving birth to my daughter, and before my daughter, we lost a son. And so from there, my pregnancies have been high risk ever since. So after finally successfully having a beautiful child and realizing, gosh, we can do that as women. Like, what else can we do? Right. So I had that whole, after 3 months in, like that whole halo of like, okay, I can make it through. If I did this, what else can I accomplish? So I started getting more inquiries, and my husband was like, just start a business. And I said, well, babe, if I tell a bride that I don't like your color scheme, it's not going to be, maybe not in the nicest way. I'm not going to have a business because nobody's going to want to hire me if I'm telling them the truth. And he said, well, you never know until you try. So I did it. I jumped off and I got my LLC, and I said, okay, if I pay for an LLC, I at least going to give myself a year of utilizing my LLC.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so we jumped off February 4th, 2015. And my daughter was born September 9th, 2014. And I was still in school. I was still getting my master's and starting the business at the same time. And it just flourished. I mean, only I can really just say God. I know there's definitely hard work that I put into it, but really with His grace, there's no way. I don't know how it all happened. From graduating the same year, graduating with my master's in 2015, December, to still learning mommyhood, her turning 1, and then we're purchasing our home in 2015 as well. And then 2016, it really took off. So 15, what I did was to get myself out there, started planning events for free for like 3 to 4 clients to get my portfolio up. And at first, it was just like weddings, because when you think of event planning, you think of weddings. And so I did that. And then in 2016, my eyes opened up that there's more than just weddings with event planning and the whole world of meeting and event planning. There's conferences, there's book tours, there's so many different things beyond that,
Right.
movie releases.
Right.
And so I went from like maybe 5 clients in 2015 to about 12, 20 in 2016. And every year we just keep going up and up and up.
Okay.
And so that's how my business started. And then from there, that was more of the rescue side. From there, the Melissa Jake side started with training and understanding, because nobody helped me in that way. And I love teaching and helping people. And I love seeing women of color growing because it makes me feel like I'm growing too.
Okay,
So,
I'm going to stop you right there because you just said something very interesting. You said
mhm.
something that was the starting point of growing.
Yes.
Okay, what do you mean by growing?
So it's almost like I'm going to call it catching fire, that feeling of fire. So when I see other people grow, it inspires me to grow. Because I see the success in them. And even though I might have helped them in that manner, or maybe not, or maybe inspired them, it makes me really feel good that, okay, I can grow too as well.
This came through your event planning. Were you helping them with their events?
Right. So after event planning, we started doing some training. That's where Melissa Jake's side opened up with training. And webinars and teaching, because I started getting a lot of inquiries on how did you start your business? How did you grow your audience? Your newsletters look amazing. And because I started investing in myself with a business coach to really understand entrepreneurship, and she's been doing it for like 15 plus years, I realized that I want to be able to teach other people that as well. And because I was getting a whole lot of inquiries, it just made sense to have those type of trainings. Not only on the event planning side for maybe entrepreneurs who can't afford an event planner, but want to do some DIY stuff, but also for entrepreneurs or people who want to become entrepreneurs who are really interested in like, how do I even start my business? I just need help on guidance. How to build an audience. What does that mean? A newsletter, how to build your email list, those type of things. I started learning that, especially women of color, when they are inquiring, I want to fight for them and get them to where they should definitely be.
Okay. So give us a little bit about this mommy.
Yeah.
The
So
workshop. Okay.
yeah, so I have we recently started, and it really, my daughter helps me a lot. She's 5, going on 55. And so she we started her where she wanted to do her name is Gabriella. So for short, we call her Gabby. And she wants to do a Gabby show. So at first it's like, okay, whatever, let's just record her and see. But this girl really took off. She gets in front of the camera. I'm not sure if she was watching me or just watching other kids on YouTube. And she just knows exactly what to say in her audience, and entertaining is definitely in her field for sure. That's in her blood. So then she wanted to do things with me. So we created like a Mommy and Me kit for products, and then we started Mommypreneur Wednesdays. So where we just have a dialogue of different topics. Like last night we talked about cleaning, how to clean with mommy, and how moms can feel like we don't have to pull our hair out if the playroom or the bathroom or their room got messed up again after we just how do you make you sane and still be clean at the same time, right? Yeah. So those type of topics of, it's hard running a business. I was getting school, feeding her at night, writing a paper, and trying to plan a wedding for a client. It's definitely hard. It's not for people who feel like, oh, I'm just about to make some money. But it's definitely in our wheelhouse because I really think that's why I love working with moms, because they understand what it is to be a mom. And really be called upon. And there's nothing wrong with the dads. My husband is a beautiful father, but we know that we have that maternal side where, especially when they're younger, this is where they really feed off of. They feed off of mom. They look at mom. So that is why I really wanted to start this Mommypreneur Wednesdays, where we just have different topics and different guests come on how to keep us sane. I'm 35 weeks pregnant now, and I'm about to have a second child.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I'm about to be Mommypreneur times 2 and have a infant and a 5-year-old at the same time. And a business. Yeah. So that's definitely have been a part of our topics.
Okay. And give us a little bit about this FWD.
Yes. How to move forward. It's just like in the beginning. And it's almost for anybody, fear. Like when you think of fear, you can't see it. We worry, we make our body sick from worrying. And we have to learn how to move forward with that. So just like for those who remember what a cassette player looks like.
I be telling on myself, but I remember. Yes.
You had the rewind button, and then you had the fast forward button.
Right.
And so how to use fear, worry, and doubt to push yourself forward when you're thinking like, oh gosh, I'm not sure what's about to happen. Press that fast forward button and just move forward with it. And you use it and fuel it, because you just never know. If you let that fear and worry and doubt settle in, years and 5 years will go by and you didn't accomplish that one thing, where if you just jumped and leaped, you never know what could have happened.
This is true.
I'd rather take the risk of jumping, maybe falling, hitting my head a bit, but I can get back up and try again. Now, I'm not saying for you guys to go out and quit your job tomorrow and I'm about to start a business. You have to strategically strategize and surround yourself with like-minded people who can really help you grow your business. But don't let that stop you while you're working your 9 to 5. Start the project and see how it goes.
And so you help women, men, whomever start that journey. You help them get on, the steps, and so they can develop on which way they want to go.
Yes. So we started, we call it our brand management. So for those who are interested in building a brand, we help with that brand management style. Well, whether it's social media, some people come to us where they just really are not good on social media. So small DIY things that they can do that's inexpensive of how to just build your platform on social media. Because at the end of the day, that is the way, especially now during COVID, that is the way to really build your business. And then live events, whenever we're able to get back to that, live events definitely helps people build their business because they like to be around like-minded people. So with like-minded people becomes great partnerships and relationships that you would just never know who's in the room and who can help you. And so we help entrepreneurs with that, basically getting that step of building their business.
Okay. Okay. That sounds really, really good.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there anything else that you would like for your audience to know about Miss Melissa Jake LLC
Yeah,
and Mommy to be?
yeah, no, right? Don't be afraid to move past that step. It can be very scary. If you have a partner and hopefully your partner it loves you the way that they do, they feed into you. Like I didn't jump, my husband made me jump. And sometimes he's like, why did I make you do that? Because look at you're always busy. But he definitely sees that I'm happier in what I'm doing. And that's what's most important about life is being happy. And the main reason what pushed me to it is working 9 to 5. For some people, that's definitely their thing. For me, it's not. And I don't like coming home to just doing dinner, bath time, go to bed, get up, get you to school, like that whole routine. I wasn't seeing my child. I was just living and working for somebody and paying bills and just surviving in a sense. I wasn't able to enjoy, oh, we're going to the pumpkin patch. Can I be that parent to volunteer to go to the pumpkin patch? Can I do ballet after school programs? And because in the area we live, we're in the DMV area, and I live in Columbia and traveling down to DC, like that traffic is like 2 hours both ways. And so trying to do after school programs, that wasn't happening. And she's only getting older, and I want her to be involved in whatever after school programs are available. And so that definitely was a driver for me. So you have to figure out what is your driver and why you want to do the business. It can't just be, I want extra money. What is the main reason that's really making you want to jump out and do the business? Money will come. People will love you because people buy into you. Yeah, you have products and you have services, but they really are buying you. So if you are authentic to yourself, that would naturally come. And it's not easy. It is hard. You're gonna have late nights, and that's okay. You just map it out. But the main thing is family. Life is short. Enjoy it. As a mom, I mean, I'm only almost 5-6 years in, so I don't have that much experience, but they grow so fast. I look back in her pictures like she was just born. What happened?
Exactly. Yes.
So definitely make sure you use that fear, worry, and doubt to move you forward in life, because if you settle in it, 20 years will go by and you have regrets, and you don't want to have regrets.
Right. So with the situation that we're currently in and that we're probably going to be in for a little while, what would your suggestion or your say be if someone really wants to start, but they have to make that residual income come in? They have to have it coming in right now. Being that, like you said, everything is going social media. If they have something that they think social media will not be a good platform for them, what would you tell them to do at this particular time? Because like you said, life is short, and it is about balance, it is about family, but it's also about that driving force, your passion. So what would you suggest to someone who really wants to start, but they're just a little hesitant still?
Yeah, you can't settle in that. And social media I'm an event planner, right? So events are cut off. I had to pivot virtual event planning. And I'm booked in June for virtual event planning. You wouldn't even think of that. And so you have to definitely learn how to pivot in your situation. And change is good. Though we don't like this type of change, but it makes you start thinking outside the box. And companies like Twitter, they're thinking about, we're never going to have an office space. It saves our money, overhead costs is down, and all our employees are happy at home. So, I mean, that could be a reality in your future for whatever type of company you're working with. But I would not settle in that. So what COVID is happening? Still do it. Do something on a small level. Just say maybe to your friends, if you're doing like candles or jewelry, hey, I'm going to have a little private party for my family and friends. Let me know what you think about my product. And sometimes you have to send it out for free. Hey, I'm sending out 3 things for free. Can you test it and give me a testimonial on it? Or give me feedback on my product. So definitely, if you're having that inkling, like, well, but Melissa, yeah, you have to invest. Having a business coach was not cheap. And I sat on there like, oh my gosh, I'm about to pay somebody that much money to be a business coach. What am I about to do? Like, I was going back and forth and running numbers. I said, you know what? You just got to do it. And I would have never, ever grown to the way I did if I didn't have a business coach at all. So you have to do it. You have to invest in yourself. That's what Bill Gates did. That's all these people. Oprah, they had somebody. They have life coaches. They're investing in themselves. Just like how we invest in car insurance, I say business coaches are car insurance for entrepreneurs. So you have to invest in yourself.
So that sounds good. So you need to have a reliable circle, and definitely invest into that coach. And I can see that. I can see that you need somebody to help walk you through the process. Now, with your businesses and moving forward with your FWD, do you help them get started with that process? If they want to contact you directly, can they contact you and you can get them started in that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's the Melissa Jakes brand. So melissajakes.com, and on social media, the Melissa Jakes on Instagram and Melissa Jakes on Facebook. And you could definitely send us a message or visit the website and send us the message that way. And also there's courses on there too. If you're like, well, I'm not quite sure, try out some of the courses. And they're very economical for the courses to see, if this is for you. But we definitely talk you through. We have a one-on-one for brand management. What does that mean for brand management for you? And we really tailor it to the client. So it's not like a cookie cutter thing of, I only do X, Y, and Z. We're going to hear what your service is about, your business is about, and where you need the most help in.
Okay.
First, before we're just, everybody's like, oh, get an account, do this and that. No, we need to see what's going on in your business to then say, this is what we need to focus on first. Then we'll jump to that.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
That sounds really good. Okay, so it's tailor made.
It's tailor made.
That sounds really, really good. Okay, Miss Melissa, anything else you would like for your audience to know?
No, definitely follow us on social media, the Melissa Jakes, and our website, www.melissajakes.com, and on Facebook, Melissa Jakes. Just, follow, give us like, hey, we heard your story, anything like that. And you may not need the help, but just say, hey, I'm a mompreneur too. I feel you, girl. So, and for all the moms of twos, definitely hit me up because I'm about to be one. I may need a little help from you. So.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. And we will make sure that your information is also on the page. So now you know a little bit about Miss Melissa Jakes, LLC, and Mompreneur, Miss Melissa. So I hope you have enjoyed today's segment and learned just a little bit more about our guest and that you really enjoyed her story. And don't forget to go out there and look her up. If you have any kind of questions, moms, get with her. And if you found substances in this program and would like to share your story and be an encouragement to others during this time and perhaps be a blessing, go to our Facebook group, Women of Empowerment Ministries International. And again, look for the big letters WOEMI inside of the gold crown. That is where you want to be. You'll know you're on the right page. Follow the page and send a message. Leave comments, questions, and any kind of concerns that you may have. And one of our administrators will get back to you as soon as they're able. Share with others and invite them to listen in. And if they would like to share their story, tell them to leave a message as well. Let me leave you with this. Make an effort to show someone love. Take time to encourage the brokenhearted. We always have to give God praise for the storms and remember that they made us who we are. Remember, when you are going through the storm, God is there with you. Listen to his voice only, and you will get victory. We want to thank you for tuning in and make sure you come back. Be blessed and be safe. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.